Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to another week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends, this week we have quite a bit to talk about, some minor news things, and then we are doing our Indycar season, review. So before we begin that, just want to go over a few things I wanted to mention first. First thing, did anyone see the Greg Biffle thing this morning?
Greg who?
No.
Right, you wouldn't know. Greg Biffle, former NASCAR driver.
Ah, okay.
Honestly, just wanted to mention this off the bat. He is fucking doing amazing work in Carolina right now in response to the hurricane.
Oh.
He is literally just flying around his damn helicopter, just dropping shit off to people.
Aw, well that's good.
Yeah.
Giving back.
And there was a whole video this morning of, someone had to flag his helicopter with a mirror. Like, they were out in the woods with a mirror, on their property to flag his helicopter. And he flew down there, dropped stuff off to them. So,
And then flew out.
Positive racing news before we get into some of the negative stuff. But yeah, so Greg Biffle was doing some fun things. And, we love to see that.
We do love to see that.
And I guess before we get into the IndyCar things, the big news of the week, which, how's the nice way to put this? I've referenced in my background here.
Now I get it.
Yes, because NASCAR
It's
Monopoly.
really funny.
Yes, haha.
Ta-da.
Yes.
Fun fact
Is
with
that
NASCAR Monopoly?
Yeah, is it an actual game?
Yeah, that's the second edition. The reason I know
From what year?
The second edition, I think, is from 2004. I don't know. Here's the board.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Good lord.
Yeah. Peak NASCAR. Is there a thing on there that says what year it is? I don't know.
Probably
Maybe
on the box.
I think it was 2005.
Probably on the box.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's probably
so
on,
that's second
the back of
edition.
the box.
This was the original first edition board.
Oh wow.
Goddamn.
This one's based on late 90s. I think 99. 99, 98.
Yeah, that would make
Wow.
sense.
Hey, your top spots in the old board were Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon. Makes sense.
That
Anyway.
makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, NASCAR Monopoly, because 2311 and Front Row Motorsports are suing NASCAR, and oh boy. This was announced yesterday, I think, and we're 24 hours into this new world of NASCAR being sued by two of its teams, and it's going to be a fun ride.
You almost quoted a team owner exactly.
Wait, did I?
There.
Really?
So the Athletic put out a not a response, but like a sort of a reaction from the team owners, and that was today.
Nice.
And a lot it ends with one team owner saying, "I've been waiting on this. This is going to be wild."
That's awesome.
Nice.
Were all these team owners anonymous?
Oh, obviously.
Cowards.
Lame. Ugh. Boo.
I mean, there's only so many of them you can guess because, obviously it's not Front Row or 2311.
Yeah.
So anyway, to start it off, NASCAR is being sued by two of its teams for their trade agreement. It is an antitrust lawsuit because they're claiming NASCAR is a monopoly and basically is uncompetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see who they hired as their representative?
Who NASCAR hired or the teams hired?
Who the teams hired?
NASCAR is just
Yes.
going to use their own legal team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure NASCAR has an extensive legal team.
So they are going with I think his name was Jeffrey Kessler as their main attorney, but he is part of the Winston and Strawn law firm, who are most famous, I think, recently for the NCAA player deal.
Ooh. Oh, NASCAR has their work cut out for that.
Oh, they brought the big
man.
boys.
So if you want
They brought the big
if you
guns.
want a full rundown on his resume, he has the NIL deal. He helped the U.S. women's national soccer team get win their equal pay suit,
Oh my gosh.
and was also involved in the creation of NFL free agency. So basically getting player rights
Seriously?
for the NFL players.
Oh,
So yeah, this guy,
screwed.
so he's an antitrust specialist and has worked on several high-profile cases already and won them all. So
NASCAR is screwed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like this guy does not come out to like play. He means business.
Yeah. So, and like, I'll be honest, this is 100% because of Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Like, they can afford to do this.
yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, 2 new owners with good money, and like, it's been fun to see online. I don't think there's a NASCAR fan out there that hates Denny Hamlin, parenthesis, the business owner.
yes,
2311 owner.
Honestly,
Yes.
like everything he has done for like being the owner, people have loved. Got Michael Jordan
Yeah.
in, all this. You're now suing NASCAR. I haven't seen one fan online also take NASCAR's side in this.
How could you? Like, how could you take NASCAR's side? Like, it's clear.
Yeah. And then today, for the drama of today, which came out a few hours ago, Denny Hamlin kind of made a post basically saying like, talking about censorship, which I mean I guess is technically not really the right thing there, because like you can't censor. Censorship only exists from a government. But anyway, I understand what he's trying to say. Anyway, so his lawyer was on NASCAR's Sirius XM channel doing an interview there, and apparently NASCAR kind of tried to cut it and manipulate it and took some things and then eventually just pulled the whole thing all together.
Oh, lovely.
On the bright side, there is a full clip of the interview out there, but it's like 18 minutes long, and yes, you can't listen to that and not be like, yeah, they have some points. And like,
Yeah.
this is going to be spicy.
yeah. It's a very good breakdown from the lawyer who's basically laying out the case.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is going to be an interesting time. And when does the NASCAR season end? Like November, right?
Yeah. I mean, also, the lawyer did speculate today it was going to take like 1 to 2 years just to get to trial.
Yeah, that's unsurprising. A lot of these, like, I feel like anything in sports, whenever there's like a big case like this, it usually takes like so long. I mean, even looking at what's the most recent one? The Man City, like that's just going to trial after like 5 years.
Yeah. So,
So-
these things take time.
Yeah, lots of time.
I also wonder, just in terms of, you know, what the aims are here with this suit and where NASCAR will be in 5 years. I think a big part they mentioned in the lawsuit is that NASCAR also, or not in the lawsuit, big part mentioned in the interview that I think kind of went over people's heads maybe, is that he mentioned how NASCAR also owns the tracks.
Right.
yep.
And doesn't really allow other competition on said tracks, which we know in the past has been a thing with NASCAR and IndyCar. So I wonder if there's going to be some kind of thing where either that has to get broken up in terms of antitrust, like you cannot own your series and the tracks, or at least the majority of them, like, you know, looking at IndyCar side of things, who just made a charter system, owner owns tracks. Is Roger Penske for this lawsuit? Because it means IndyCar can race some more tracks, maybe.
Maybe.
Or is he against it because he's like, shit, I'm trying to do the same thing as NASCAR is doing.
Probably 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah.
It helps them and also hurts them. It's a win-lose situation.
Yeah, double-edged sword a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest thing about Penske's situation with IndyCar.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, so they have basically, yeah, filed suit. They apparently they want to have a, I think it was a junction filed, so that they can still compete under the charter. They will sign because apparently part of the fucking charter, which was brought up in the interview, was that you can't sue NASCAR.
Yep.
What?
Like, if there is ever anything that's like legal red flag, it is, hey, sign this so you can't sue us. Wait, what?
That's a massive red flag. Like any team lawyer would be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget, it was also not just sign this
Sign
or
this in an
else.
hour.
It was sign this in an hour or else.
like
And 13 teams just said, eh.
Yeah, that's so suspicious. Like, tell me you're not doing something like kind of iffy without telling me you're not doing something kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad practice.
Yeah, exactly. That was basically the whole thing, like put out in this interview today with the lawyer. Basically, how NASCAR is anti-competitive, how they do not allow any kind of competition. You're not allowed to even race the equipment in other kind of races. Like, you couldn't take a NASCAR car and go run at a track day event. Like, they are very stringent on what you can and cannot do. And even as a team, if you are making, like NASCAR is making a whole bunch of money off of team merch and all this kind of licensing stuff that NASCAR makes that the team doesn't get, or team gets a very small percentage of. Like, there's a whole lot here, and you're like, wow, NASCAR really is kind of digging itself into a grave. And I think a very good thing with this whole lawsuit is it's going to make NASCAR's books public.
Well, so the interesting thing is that it's not just NASCAR. So they filed the lawsuit in a very interesting way as well, because they named both NASCAR and Jim France. So not only does NASCAR have to open up its books, Jim France has to open up his books too.
Yeah.
So it's basically 2311 said, if we're doing, or 2311 in front row said, if we're doing this, we're just going to air all the dirty laundry at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some spicy things.
Yeah. Part of me feels like they'll settle this because NASCAR's not going to want to fight it. But part of me, and like open up all the books. But part of me is also like, I really hope it goes to trial. And part of 2311's and Front Row's team response is to drag in all the other owners. Because again, there was a breakdown on The Athletic of like the whole situation. Then again, there was also the team owners' reaction where they've got a couple team owner responses, and a couple of the comments are very interesting in that, well, if 2311 wins, then we all get a better deal. And if 2311 loses, I'm not getting attacked by NASCAR because I didn't fucking say anything against them. So I'm sort of hoping that 2311 hauls all the owners in and says, all right, which one of you said this?
Honestly, that's really funny.
There's also where was it? I did not have the balls to do what 2311 and FRM are doing because I was afraid I'd lose my charters. Okay, well, they're signing under duress. Would you like to join the lawsuit? There's an easy one.
Honestly.
Yep, there was one more in here. What was it? Anyways, yeah, like there's 5 or 6 quotes from team owners, and they're all like, well, we didn't really want to do this, but we did it. So
we felt like we had to.
Yeah. Oh, that's why it was in the other one where it was like they put a gun to our head and we had to sign, said one team owner.
Which again,
it is what it is. We move forward.
Just damning.
Honestly, fucking fantastic. And the best thing is, though, now you have these guys on record saying these things. It's going to be interesting what's made public in court of what certain team and team owners say. I also wonder if you'll get past team owners involved, like guys who are no longer involved in NASCAR, who are like, well, this is why I left, because of this. Looking at you, Chip.
Oh, I forgot that Chip left. Yeah.
Yeah, he sold everything to Trackhouse, and it was like, I'm out.
Right.
He's out. I feel like this is going to develop into something that's real spicy.
Like, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what NASCAR would bring to the table for a settlement, right? But who knows if the teams are just absolute, like they want what they want, and I think that's totally fair. Like, who knows? A lot of stuff could be coming out that NASCAR doesn't want to see the light of day, but
I can see front row settling.
I'm not sure about 2311.
I think 23 and 11 have a lot to. You know, it's gonna sound terrible, but they have a lot to gamble here.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of money that they can throw at this.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think Denny Hamlin has been pissed off enough at NASCAR for I don't know how many years and has had so many fines against him for speaking out.
yeah.
Now, if you find someone who is suing you for speaking out against you, is that legal? Is that also going to be like, I want the damages like back from what you're asking me to pay? I'm just kind of curious how that'll work.
Yeah,
Probably can't do that, but
Yeah.
But like if Denny Hamlin's out here saying, I think NASCAR is is a monopoly essentially. Can NASCAR go, well, those are actions detrimental to racing or whatever the fuck it is, and then fine him because of him?
that would be hilarious.
That would be.
That would be hilarious. It would be.
I don't think they'll do
feel
that.
like there's probably protections though, because I think like once you're in like a legal dispute or something, like I mean, Denny's probably not going to say something like explicitly because I think there's like rules about talking about the case like with details. But let's be real. He's going to be signing an NDA from NASCAR 100% about whatever happens, but like I don't know.
This will be the best book ever.
It would.
Denny's probably going to write one. Come on, it's Denny.
I hope so.
In like
Yeah.
15 years, he's going to be publishing a book. It'll be his tell-all. It'll
That
be
would-
the funniest
that would be
NASCAR
awesome.
tell-all.
Like I would want to know the amount of drivers actually and drivers and team owners who've reached out with this news and been like, go get him.
Yeah.
Well, so part of that interview, right, was that one of the questions asked is like, how have other teams reacted, and why didn't they join you in this? And the lawyer said, there's a big difference between what has been said publicly and what has been said privately, and the private reaction is a lot of people are upset. So
Yeah, a lot of people feel like in the article, like felt forced to do something, felt like they're backed into a corner. You have to sign something or lose your entire business. That is like disgusting 1920s business practice. I've ever seen it.
yeah,
Honestly,
they're basically
yeah.
it's basically like it's a strong arm.
100%.
essentially. So
So yeah, this is going to be a fun thing to watch develop.
Yep.
I think
I really hope the injunction gets filed and awarded, just so NASCAR gets a little pressured early on as well. Like
What race is this week though?
Yeah. Talladega.
I cannot wait for Bubba to win in Talladega.
Oh,
my
that'd be amazing.
Only for the car to be disqualified later.
Oh,
Randomly
can
selected.
you imagine?
Oh no, didn't pass inspection. What was wrong with it? Everything.
Can you imagine if they did that? Oh,
I want it
I
to
wouldn't put
happen
it past
so badly.
them.
Though I'm putting $5 on front row or 2311. One of those teams is winning this week.
That'd be great.
Or they're winning, and then all of a sudden, like a random like debris caution gets thrown.
Yep.
It's like, oh no, can't have that.
Yeah.
Or someone's gonna get paid by NASCAR to make sure to wreck them.
oh,
If it's like lap 5 and you see one of those 4 cars go around and cause a big one, you know someone got paid.
yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, Cody Ware, go spin someone for me.
Oh. What a
Time.
It's fantastic. I am here for it, and just
Honestly,
wanna,
same. I can't wait to see.
I just
want to
watch the world burn.
chaos Elmo gif.
And if we get out of this a NASCAR that maybe is a little more broken up, they don't own all the tracks, they have to be a little more open. Teams get better agreements. NASCAR can't just be like this restrictive tyrant
Entity.
of an organization. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is a world where this can actually have good change, and it can be a great thing to happen, and it can all be caused by just like two teams just being, no, enough is enough.
Yeah. I do think that this could really create positive change for NASCAR, and maybe with whatever comes out of it, it means, things will be different moving forward and we'll get a better product, right? Like, the hope is that it will affect all, and that the positive change will hopefully sprinkle down to the product that we get as the viewers of NASCAR.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep. And then maybe Roger will say, well, maybe this isn't worth it.
Yeah, maybe this charter
let's
idea.
hope.
Roger will be in the ground before the charter system expires.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is that man?
Yes.
Like in his 80s, late 80s?
No,
90
man.
yet?
I'm pretty sure. No, he is not 90. I'm pretty sure we just did this a couple weeks ago.
We did.
He might have.
He's 87.
He
He's
might have.
87.
Oh, he is late.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we call
He's
that old as dirt.
80s. Old as dirt.
Wow. Yeah. So I hate that IndyCar went down this route. I really do. But
Oh,
whatever.
speaking
Let's
of routes, IndyCar is going down. That's a great segue. Did you see also what was announced this week for IndyCar? A new track, a new race for 2026.
Which is
Dallas.
At Jerry World.
Oh, I did see this.
Why isn't it going to be like outside of the
Cowboy
Dallas?
Stadium? Yep.
Yeah, the Cowboy
outside of
Stadium.
AT&T
Is this not the same thing they're doing in Tennessee?
and Miami.
Yep.
And what is going on?
Well, F1's doing it in Miami.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
when
the paddock was in the stadium.
The original track that went around a stadium was kind of Toronto. So maybe don't shit on it totally, but yeah, that's
I mean, technically speaking, however.
minor details. However, in this modern era of racing, yes, we are back to the whole another street track around a stadium. This time in Dallas, because we can't go back to Houston. We tried that once, can't do that again. We can't go to COTA again. We can't go to Texas Motor Speedway. So I guess Dallas is the only option here.
Are we counting off all of the things that NASCAR owns?
No, those are just different places that IndyCar has already gone to and has fucked itself out of.
Oh, lovely. Love that.
Yeah. Houston actually was a fantastic track. It just happened to end Dario Franchitti's career and almost hurt some spectators. Minor details. COTA was a great track, but IndyCar can't figure out an agreement to go there, apparently.
Oh.
Yep.
That's actually kind of surprising because it's such a big track that has a lot of different series there, but all right.
Like everyone else goes there, but IndyCar, no, we can't do that because Mark Miles says we can't go to places we've already been to. Huh.
That's such a stupid way to see things, but all right. Like, dude,
whatever.
The guy pisses me off.
I hate it. Yeah, I hated those comments.
Don't forget who won his first race at COTA. No?
Hello?
Herta.
Oh, Herta? Oh, Herta.
No, remember that when Herta won his first race?
No.
Okay, well, it is 2019, so I get it. Wow, that was that.
2019 was
5 years ago.
before
Wow.
my time. It was
Okay,
before
fair
my
enough.
racing time.
But yeah, 5 years ago was the last name Dakota. And part of the stupid thing they used to have with Texas Motor Speedway was with the owner. They had an agreement that they couldn't race within a certain radius of the track, which meant they couldn't go to COTA. Then they could, and then Texas kind of didn't have good racing for a while. NASCAR kind of butchered that track. Anyway, so Dallas is what we're going with.
Allegedly. And
Okay.
that was leaked last week too.
Yeah, and then confirmed
It was
early this week, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Irvin was just randomly on a podcast because apparently he's helping promote it or something. And he's like, "Yeah, there's a race in in Texas," and everyone's like, "What?"
Interesting.
We have no idea what a track layout looks like. We have no idea what it's going to entail, but we just know that it is in Dallas around the Cowboy Stadium. New idea. Which, to be fair, it's a new idea from Indycar, and we've been saying try something new. They're doing something new. Fine. Beggars
Well,
can't be choosers.
A different
True,
road course
true.
around a different football stadium. Yes, that's what the people
yeah.
want.
It is what it is.
Yep. So,
But yeah. Anyway, so on to, I guess, our IndyCar season review.
I didn't want to talk about Michael Andretti leaving Andretti.
I can kind of rope that into the whole Andretti story, but
Okay.
like talk about Andretti and throw that in there.
Damn it. I had a whole setup for that. Damn it.
Okay, fine. Go off on Michael.
It's
Fine.
too late. It's too late. No, it's too late now. I was going to make an Andretti personnel joke because Marco just had his kid. Anywho.
Well, I'm sorry.
too late.
Plan your jokes better.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho.
IndyCar season. Fuck
IndyCar
yes, that was in unison. Oh, that was amazing. So yeah, where to begin? Plo
Where
won.
to begin?
We talked about that. And then
Yeah.
he won the championship.
Shocker.
I think we should start going team by team.
Okay.
You know, especially because we know what next year is kind of looking like for some of these teams. Some of them are up in the air. So we should start with, I guess, the championship winning team, Ganassi.
Oh, Ganassi.
Honestly, good year from Ganassi.
Shocker.
You win another championship.
Shocker.
Dixon is still Dixon. And you got a whole lot of money from bringing people into your team.
Yep. It's unsurprising.
Gotta love that Caribbean money.
Kevin Simpson.
I mean, he didn't even get any money. He didn't even make the winner's circle.
Yep. So,
No.
yeah, so you have Pelot first. Where did Dixon? Dixon ended up 6th.
That's still okay.
Yeah, it's
Which-
still fine.
A little bit down, but like, I mean, what else do you want from him at this point in his career?
Mhm.
And then the rest of the gaggle are somewhere else.
the rest of the gaggle.
14th and 25th.
Yeah. So
Which, to be fair, and who else am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Armstrong too, right? No, Armstrong was
Armstrong.
14th.
Armstrong
16th.
was 14.
16th was Lundqvist. And honestly, I think Lundqvist had a fantastic year.
Yeah,
I think
got a
he,
win.
he
Yeah.
was quite a surprise
or sorry, pole. He got a pole.
pull and a couple podiums. Like I think what Ganassi did, bringing in some young guys, getting essentially paid to have these guys try out, pays off, and you get talents like a Linus Lundqvist, who I don't think anyone would have guessed going into the year.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That would be a top 20 driver.
And he's still on the market technically, right?
Is he?
I think so. He hasn't been announced for the number 8.
Yeah, but he won Rookie of the Year. So yeah, he doesn't have a ride yet for next year. So he's a guy who's available. Be interesting to see if anyone takes a flyer on him.
Or if he just goes back to Ganassi.
Also true, because they still have a seat open. But for the most part, yeah, I think it was a good season. It
Yeah,
was
again, hard-
Armstrong who's leaving, right?
Armstrong is leaving for where is he on this list?
Shank?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to Shank.
No, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. All in all, I think a successful year for Ganassi. You win a championship. You win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Scott Dixon finishes 6th, which is his worst championship performance since...
In a while.
I know it's right here somewhere. Damn it, I was lost. Yeah, his worst performance since 2016.
Wow. Oof.
Do you
Not
want?
necessarily his best.
Do you want the last time he finished not in the top 6?
Oh, this is like
It's gonna be like early in his career.
2009 or 2008. No, because for like he came in hot.
2008 he was first. 2009 he was second.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
2012. I don't know.
2012 he was third.
There's just gonna be a random year in here somewhere, and I don't feel
Has
like
he
saying
ever?
this.
Okay, here. Has he ever finished outside the top 6?
His first season was in 2003, where he finished,
Okay, so
where he won the championship as a rookie.
Oh my gosh.
2004.
So 2004.
He was 10th.
Oh.
In 2005 he was 13th.
Oh.
However, since then he's finished 6th twice. Everything else has been top 4.
Oh my gosh.
Like Dixon is incredible.
He is incredible.
So now I think it's Dixon watch for, is this a trend? Is he trending downwards? And are we looking at the sunset of Dixon's career now?
Comes back and wins 7th trophy.
I'll fucking quit. I swear to God.
Just wait.
Do you want to give a letter grade or anything for Ganassi?
Do I go drivers or just team?
Maybe both.
Okay.
Mm.
Because I mean, Pelot's an A.
Obviously.
If you go relative to him, maybe like a A minus.
Yeah, I
Just
think an
'cause-
A minus. He didn't win
Well, 'cause-
with races to go. He had to win it in the last
Oh,
race.
true. The
Yeah.
last.
Well,
one.
That's
so
not
I'm-
below caliber.
Well, so and I'm just looking. He only led, and I say only led, somewhat sarcastically here. Only led 263 laps this year.
Well. Okay.
I can't.
That puts him
Only
like
led.
4th. Point is, he just wasn't as dominant as he was in some of his other wins. So
Fair enough.
Counterpoint.
So A minus makes sense.
Counterpoint. This is the most competitive season he has had, and he
Yes.
still won.
yes,
True. Very true. Well,
that is fair.
okay. So A minus for Pelot.
Yeah,
Scott
Dixon.
Dixon, B minus.
yeah, B minus somewhere in there.
I was gonna say a B. Like he still had some really good races. I don't think we can I don't know if it's a minus, but like a solid B. I think not to his standard.
Exactly. He should be a top 4 guy all the time. Like, come on.
Who's next?
Marcus Armstrong.
14th. Led 4 laps, 4 top 10s, or 8 top 10s, 4 top 5s. That's like that's
I'd go B minus again. C plus, B minus. Be a little more
B
generous.
minus.
yeah, sure.
I think he did fine. It's hard when you already have when you're, I guess, the 3rd guy in the team.
Yeah.
You didn't really have any luck go your way. You had a couple mistakes, a couple crashes out. Yeah, it's hard to kind of do much there.
Yeah.
Lundqvist.
And
Oh, Lundqvist. I keep forgetting
the
about
poll,
him.
the poll is bringing him up a little bit.
Yeah. True.
I'd go B plus.
I'd go a B. Yeah, B. I was gonna say both a lot of.
He's
middle
rookie of the
this-
year. Rookie of the year.
Yeah, that's
solid
fair.
year. I would say B
Okay.
plus. Honestly, maybe A minus.
I'd stick to a B plus.
Okay, fine. I'll try
B
to.
plus sounds good.
Kiffin Simpson.
C for cash,
C for
or
cash.
no D for direct deposit.
No, I like C for cash better.
We can't go B for Barbados because it just was not a B.
No.
So C for cash. D for
C-
direct deposit, I
no,
think is good.
here,
So if
C,
you're
C
only
for
looking-
C for check cleared. There we go.
Fair. If you're only looking at, I'd say, season performance and where he finished races, I would argue he's a D guy. If you
A
actually,
D guy.
if you watch the races and saw his pace and what he was actually like doing in the car, his pace was up there. I would say as a B driver.
I knew it.
However,
I was like, bro's gonna come out here
No,
trying
no.
to say that Kiffin Simpson is like.
no, I would chalk it up a lot of his poor driving this season as he's just young.
He is young.
Like he is.
He is very young.
Obviously, like
He is young with a lot of money.
he's still a teenager.
Yeah, okay. So maybe we can. I'm assuming that he's probably
Like-
already like post-dated the check for next year.
Taylor, when
Chip.
when we met, he was 9 years old.
That is disgusting.
Thank you.
Never say that again.
So.
Ew. Do you know how old you just made me feel?
Oh, I know, it's fantastic.
Whoa.
So yeah, I will say he didn't have a great season, but he showed some signs. So I would give him a C of a year for
All right,
cash.
yeah.
And for let's see more.
Let's see more. Check for next year already cleared.
So yeah, next team. Who's next?
May as well just keep going down Andretti because Herta came second.
Okay,
I was
good
actually-
shiny.
Good for you, Herta. Honestly, I know I rag on him all the time because I just like don't like him, but good for Herta. That's a good showing.
Herta is the complete opposite of Lando Norris.
In that,
Boring
In
as
that-
boring as fuck in front of cameras,
Yeah.
but in everything else, fantastic guy.
Mhm.
When Lando is super fun in front of cameras, but when you put him in like normal situations, apparently he's an asshole. So
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. So anyway, Colton Herta, I don't have a problem with him at all. I think yeah, good for him to finally get those super license points.
yep.
Took a while to get there, buddy. What you got there?
Yeast.
So Herta in F1?
Unironically, that'd be hilarious. Like that would actually be amazing.
That would be
I mean-
funny. You never know.
He definitely carried the Andretti torch this year. Like he had a good season.
Well, and to be fair, what have we said about Herta in the past? It's he can't have the seasons where like every season before this where it was a roller coaster. He does really, really well, wins like a race or two, and then is finishing like 17th or something.
Oh, he's full of
'Cause-
checkers and records the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the consistency you wanted. He had 2 wins, 3 poles, 10 top 5s, 13 top 10s. That is the consistent performance. Bring the car home in a good position that you would want to see out of someone who maybe has F1 aspirations.
Now,
So
I think also it was maybe a smart idea for Andretti to drop down to 3 teams.
Yep.
And then yeah, you had what Kirkwood, who was 7th. Good year for him.
Yep. poles, and again 5 top
couple podiums.
5s and 13 top 10s.
Yeah.
So Andretti was just we may not have the top end performance, but we're gonna be fighting for good point hauls the entire way.
I think the struggle bus on Andretti though was Marcus Ericsson.
Oh, 100%. He started off so cold.
He started off
the beginning of
terribly.
this
He
year.
had the terrible 500, and he just had no
Yep.
positive momentum all year. He
Yep.
he is definitely the he's going to Tour to the Ram next year candidate.
Well, even with such a horrible start, so I just want to go through his whole sort of season record here, because just to highlight how bad a start it was. 23rd, did not qualify at Thermal, so that's sort of whatever. 5th in
Bad.
Long Beach,
Okay, coming
So-
along.
good. 18th, 16th on the road course at Indy, 33rd, and
Dead
almost
last.
did not qualify.
He didn't make it out of the first lap.
So 2nd in Detroit, 9th at Road America, 10th at Laguna, 5th at Mid Ohio, 9th in Iowa in the first race, 23rd in the second Iowa race, 18th in Toronto, 24th in Gateway, 6th in Portland. Like, honestly, if you started reading this out and you threw in like a win or two, I could almost say this is Colton Herta.
Like from the last couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like there's a lot of good top 10 or some top 10 finishes in here, but then there's also the 25, 27, 24, 33, like all
Yeah.
these super poor performances
Yeah.
that you would not expect out of him based on his last couple races or his last few seasons here.
I feel like he was a guy that really struggled with qualifying, and he started in bad spots, either got taken out in something or just never was able to have luck fall his way. So I think next season he'll be a top 10 guy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Herta, give a letter grade.
A.
A.
Yeah, it's an A.
That's where you want him to be.
Kirkwood,
B.
Ooh.
it's an A minus.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. Like B plus,
Yeah,
A
A
minus.
minus.
Yeah,
Erickson,
D.
Ugh.
yeah, C minus.
Honestly,
It's a bad
C.
year. From what we've
It
seen
was
of
a
him,
bad year for
from
him.
former Indy 500 winner. Like, this is him.
It was
it's
a
been his
bad
worst
year.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
you can't really grade this one on a curve. Too,
he is
so.
happy this year is over.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Turn to the page. Look for
Moving
the-
on
look
to
for
next year.
Precisely.
All right, big boy Penske.
Ah, the Supreme Leader Penske, yeah.
Yeah, third, fourth, and where did Joseph finish? Eighth.
8.
So all
That's
top
Penske.
10. Not really surprising.
Not surprising at all. That was a good year for Penske.
You had
Unsurprising.
2 guys who could have won the championship going into the last race.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, you had to kidnap one driver apparently to do so, but it was
Yeah. Led 1,000 laps on the year, or over 1,000 laps on the year.
wow.
Yeah, they had a fantastic year.
I think this was almost like Scott McLaughlin's breakout year.
Yeah, he was really consistent.
Yeah, 3 wins.
3 wins, 5 poles.
If
Doesn't
he
get much
has
better than that.
one of his bad races back, he's definitely in contention for this championship.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. Honestly, good enough year from him. Power, same thing, good year.
Mm-hmm.
Or if McLaughlin doesn't even have the if him and Newgarden don't have the disqualification, like it's a totally different year.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
Penske's the team to beat going into next year as long as they don't cheat.
Facts.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, in terms of like a team versus team comparison, they get a huge boost with the fact that everybody else drops down to their quantity of cars, right?
Yeah.
So, Chip running away with it because he's just got 2 extra cars sitting in the back, collecting
It'll be
whatever points.
kind of interesting next year seeing some guys with like 3 and 2 where you don't have like 5 cars just kind of stacking the field.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's
I
back
mean,
next year. So
Not
no
a
changes.
surprise.
Not
Yep.
a surprise.
Yeah. What changes do you need to make from an 8-win team?
And like talking about Dixon, is he getting the end of his rope? Same with Power, but Power fucking it's doing great.
Yep.
Like this was such a
Sort of.
good season by him, and obviously it came undone. Get it? Came undone because his belts came undone. Okay, anyway, fucking guys. It did come all undone the last lap or the last race, but hey.
Yep.
He had a really good season till then.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's hard to
Yeah.
find any complaints with this team. Like, do we want to just sort of skip it and say, well,
I'll give everyone a B
everybody-
plus.
Yeah.
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 I was gonna say A minus, but yeah, B plus works
Oh,
too.
actually, yeah, A minus for McLaughlin Power. You know what? B for Newgarden. Cheating fuck.
Jeez. Wow. Okay. All right, well,
What?
your thoughts. Have been
No,
made,
does he
but,
get C for cheater?
Ooh.
C for cheat?
Nah, it's too mean.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, kind of hard to do that with 2 wins too.
Say P for a push to pass
True.
violation.
There you go.
Yeah.
B for button.
Ooh,
There you
B
go.
for button. Yeah, he was on the button. There we go.
There you go. That's good.
All right.
We found it.
Arrow. Pato finishes 5th. Rossi finishes 10th. And the 6
The
is
third car.
some weird mix.
The revolving door.
Yeah.
For your top 2 drivers, I think For Rossi, it was a difficult year, especially I think when he knew he was not going to be in the car for next year.
The broken wrist.
Broken wrist, you can really like
that's right.
Or thumb.
if you
he
actually
broke something.
if you look at
wrist.
his season, his after his injury is not even close to his like before. He was consistently top 10 almost every single race before his injury, like flirting with top 5 podium. After his injury, his best finish was 6th. So he's 10th. He lost a race. He had to recover from injury. Oh no, Rossi I think had a good year.
Yeah. No, he was not necessarily racing for a championship, but he was racing to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, again, so top 10, top 10, top 10. Didn't do it in Alabama. Top 10, top 10. Or top 10, top 5, top 5. 18th at Road America. 3rd, 6th, 8th, 15th. Withdrew from Toronto. Like, this is a solid season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, pretty good. I think he could have been a little higher in the standings. He had some luck go his way. A top 10 driver is a top 10 driver in IndyCar. He had a good year. Despite missing a race, he's still a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
That's a good season.
I'm very excited to see what he can do with Ed Carpenter's team next year.
Oh, he's winning the
On the
500.
ovals.
He's winning the 500 next year.
All right.
Like,
Love to see it.
Like, why else would you go to Carpenter? Like, you know he's a good 500 team.
Yeah.
Does it
And should be good on ovals overall.
Who's his teammate again? Did they already announce that?
Christian Rasmussen.
Rasmussen. Okay, yeah, we'll get to him later.
Ed is just doing the Indy finally.
Yeah, about time. Pato O'Ward, missed him also. I say good season, but if you look at his record this year, 3 wins.
1 gifted.
Yes, but
Truth.
Podiums also. Lots of podiums. 3 podiums. And then a whole lot of checkers or records. Like you said, like this could have been a Colton Herta record from like a year or 2 ago.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like it could have been a better year for him without... I think there were certain times where he pushed the car too far. And I think he also got unlucky in certain things. I mean, Toronto, he was very unlucky. Kind of. But, yeah, I think he was hoping for a better year than what he had. Wasn't his best.
Yeah. And then all the other people who were on, I guess, the last car. I don't even want to go through all that. Like, through Malukas, through Siegel.
There's so many.
There's 4 different guys, I think. But even though Malukas never got a ride in that car, but poor Cher, right? Ilott. Anyway,
This year was just pure chaos, I think, on the other side of the pit wall for Arrow. The amount of drivers they went through, just insane.
Oh, yeah.
but hey, they made it work, and yeah, decent year from them. I'll give Pato a B.
Yep.
Yeah, Pato a B.
Yeah, a B for
I agree.
bouncing off the wall, or a B for bitching about marshals.
There you
Facts.
Yeah. Rossi, I'll give a B too.
Yeah.
And he also bitched about marshals, so you know.
go. Yep.
Yep. Boo.
We're still mad about that. Speaking of boo, Taylor's favorite next, AJ Foyt, because Santino Ferrucci came ninth. Also was bouncing off walls or fences or something. Oh.
No, he was barrel rolling.
Ooh, good one.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I just hate it. There's nothing else I can say. I wish that he did worse.
I think the worst thing that Santino Ferrucci did this year was cement himself in IndyCar for years to come.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
But not only was he the number 1 guy at Foyt, he kicked Stingray Rob's ass.
It's okay, but like it's also not hard to be the number 1 at AJ Foyt when your teammate
is Stingray Rob,
Yeah, but
who
when
is
you're getting,
sponsored by Pray.com.
but when you're getting
Like, he is
all your
super cash
setups,
money.
that's true. But when you're getting all your setups from Penske,
It helps.
yeah.
It help a little bit.
But if you got all your setups from Penske and you don't do well, Stingray, then you may not be long for the IndyCar world.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I hate to say it, but Rucci had a good year.
I'll be curious if he can back it up next year.
Yeah.
Like,
Not a, well, so this year he sort of not cemented himself, but showed he isn't just a pure oval merchant,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
he
last
finally
year it
showed
was-
some pace outside of ovals.
Yeah, and more importantly, outside of Indianapolis.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a
Yeah,
lot of top.
that's-
He got a top 10 at Barber, top 10 St. Pete, top 10 at Detroit, top 10 looking at second. Like, yeah, he was putting in work. And then he basically, and this is how you do well in this championship here. You find your specialty, and with Ferrucci, that usually has been his ovals. Do well in ovals, and then survive the ones you may not be as good on.
Yep.
Now, if you're Palou,
Yeah.
you're just good in everything, and it's bullshit, and you just win everything. But if you're not at that level, be good at one thing and hold on for everything else. And I think Ferrucci did that this year. He wasn't great on the road courses, but he was passable.
Yeah.
That sounds
all
like
you
getting
need to
passed.
be.
But he had pace. So he had a good year, and honestly, I'd give him an A-.
That's fair.
Yeah. A- I think is fair. Much as I don't want to give it to him, it's fair.
Stingray Rob, thanks for coming out. You
See you
didn't-
again next year.
You failed to get into winner's circle or leader circle, and your check cleared. So thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Is
his
he-
job.
Is he confirmed for next year?
No, because
oh,
David Malukas
no.
took his seat.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He is
So
not confirmed anywhere.
I don't think he's back next year.
No.
Probably not.
Unless he
Enjoy
can give the money to like
IMSA.
Dale Coyne. Truth.
He will be one of the 40 drivers for Dale Coyne.
Hey, you only have 4. I thought.
3.
Oh, oof, even worse. Sucks to be him. Okay, who are we on to next? Lundgaard and Olive Shank?
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, besides
Well, I
Lundgaard,
mean,
it was
the-
kind of a shitty year from them.
Yeah.
David Malukas
Wasn't a
tried
great
his
showing.
best.
Well, I don't know. It's hard for Malukas. He was out for all of. Wait, hold on. No, Malukas is Meyer Shank.
Yes. This has been Shank's MO the last couple of seasons. You have one guy who is very good, who you kind of built your team around. This year it was Lundgaard.
Yep.
And
Are we talking about Meyer Shank or are we talking about Ray Hall?
Meyer Shank.
Wait,
What?
is
Lundgaard's Ray Hall.
Is he still? I thought he moved.
Did he move? I don't know. I'm looking at
No,
the
he's
IndyCar
still
website.
RLL.
Oh, fuck. So it was Rahal we're at then. Anyway, this conversation can work for both Rahal and for Meyer Shank. Same fucking thing.
Sure.
No,
We'll do it at the same time.
Rosenquist is Meyer Shank.
He's Meyer Shank.
Meyer Shank.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, same thing. Where both these teams have their number one driver. For Rahal for a number of years, it was Rahal himself. This year, it has been Lundgaard. And same with Shank, where, you know, they had, what, Pagano?
Pagano didn't race this year.
No, he did last
No,
year. He
last
got
year.
hurt.
Oh,
We were
sorry.
talking about last year.
Remember
and
he
how
got
it's
his
the same
fucking
this year.
brain scrambled?
Yes, no, I know. That's why I was like.
Well, first it was
Pagano. How you
Castroneves,
bring
then it was
up
Pagano,
Yeah.
and now this year it's Rosenquist. So,
Sorry, you got me all mixed up with the teams.
listen,
Too.
they are the same team essentially. They fill the field. They
They
might.
meld together.
They're just so. It's a shame that this is like the bottom of the Honda stable. With these two teams that, you know, might surprise you every now and then, but I don't feel like if they get a podium it's a great weekend. Like, it's a win.
Yeah.
I think as a whole, the team's got how many podiums? 1?
Maybe.
It was Lundgaard. So, I stand by putting them together in the same category of teams. Fair. And I would say Lundgaard had a good year.
Mm-hmm.
By his standards. Didn't win, but hard to beat that, especially on a team like Rahal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
got him a promotion to Arrow.
He moving to Arrow?
He's moving to McLaren.
Oh, he's moving to McLaren next year. Okay.
Okay. Well, B
He's
plus.
taking the 7.
B plus.
I give him a B.
Yeah, probably a B.
All right, B it is.
Graham Rahal is down the order. Fuck.
18th.
Ooh. C.
Yeah, he's not looking.
No. It's just not looking good.
No.
So solid C.
And Fittipaldi? C?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, where was he? I don't even remember him.
19?
No, he was like non-existent for most of it, so forgettable.
He was consistently a teens and 20th driver.
Ah, okay.
I think him and Kiffin Simpson and Stinger Robb saw live each other.
Yeah. All right. So C.
Rosenquist. I'll give him a B. Maybe a B minus.
I like that.
If he had a better last race, he's 11th in the championship. So.
Yeah. Okay. So B minus.
And then Malukas.
Yeah.
Decent
Lucas
year. Was unlucky.
Oh yeah, I forgot they started the season with Blomqvist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he got
because Malukas had a broken wrist or whatever.
Yeah. That's hilarious. And then Malukas took over after that and was fine.
Yeah.
I almost want to give him an incomplete because 16th, 12th, 27th, 13th, but you missed the entire year at that point. You're going in your off-season program is completely useless because you're on a different team now.
Yeah.
Put together a very good weekend in front of us in Toronto with a fantastic livery. That was fantastic.
That was.
But then sort of meh, and then Nashville finished 9th. So,
Yeah. I would be on board with giving him a incomplete. I feel like it isn't fair.
That's fair.
He missed half the season. What do you want him to do?
See, I'm going to now change up a little bit and just kind of go individual drivers. Because I don't really want to go through the whole teams because of the clusterfuck of driver market. Again, there was 43 drivers this year for IndyCar.
Wow.
I say we're just going to skip over Dale Coyne and give them a collective, C
C
minus?
for cash.
Yep.
C for cash.
C for cash minus. I was gonna say I think VK had a decent season. Being the torchbearer for Ed Carpenter, you did what you had to. You beat half the field. The half the field beat you. It's fine. Solid B, I'd say. And then on the flip side, Grosjean, not a good year, I would say. You're with Juncos, and you had that struggle the first half of the year, and you need to bring in Connor Daly to bail out your second car.
Yeah.
But I think, Grosjean, I think we expect a little more from him. I think he should be a guy fighting for top 10s a little more.
Yeah, agreed.
Not like he didn't have a couple, but he should be, I would say, he should finish no worse than 15th on a good week.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little too many poor finishes, especially at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else anyone wants to cover? That's basically everything for the full-time guys. If you want to throw in any notable mentions for anyone that had a part-time year.
Teo Per gets a P for passport.
Oh boy. I mean, I don't really think that there's anybody else that I want to comment on, really.
I want to say thanks for coming out, Luca Giotto. In case anyone forgot that he also drove 4 races this year. Like,
Oh, really?
There's some
Wow.
hilarious ones of like they drove that many. Like Blomqvist had 5. Porsche had 6.
Yeah, Porsche had a bunch.
Catherine Legg had 7.
Oh,
And,
wow. Oh, good for her.
yeah, her best finish was 15th. Daly had what, 7? Yeah,
They've stuck it on podium. Fucking fantastic call.
honestly. And then we said at the time, like that was the thing. Canapino, yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for trashing Reputation.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
A D for don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I got nothing else here. How do our fantasy teams do, Steven?
Ha! Ha! Can say the same thing about you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Okay.
So we got whooped.
Okay.
Yeah, final scores in last place, Taylor had 1388.
Oh my god, I wasn't last. Oh fuck yes.
John
Oh,
had
With the anchor was
showing.
not last.
John had 1452, and I ended with 1780.
Well,
Really
that's not
helps when you
even
get
close.
this.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps when you get Colton Herta as the 11th pick,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and also
that's-
Pelot as the second pick.
Who had first pick?
Taylor with Newgarden.
Oh.
You know, at the time it made sense.
Regrets.
time.
Regrets.
Okay, I don't want to hear any more complaints about Christian McCaffrey out of you if you're going to say that.
Fuck off.
Bro's not gonna play this year, but anyway.
Oh, I'm broken. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go Tigers.
I was going to say, I think if I had to give an MVP pick, it's probably either Herta at pick 11 with 462 or Taylor taking Will Power with the 7th pick,
Ooh.
492 points.
That's pretty good.
That's a good pick.
Shittiest pick, Kiffin Simpson didn't even crack 200 points.
I forgot it.
Worth it.
Was it?
So
Not at all. Well, that's fun.
thanks for coming out, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to go over the Andretti thing, or do you want to say that for next time?
Yeah, we can quickly. It's still developing because it's like it's not even fully. I don't even think they have a full idea of how this is going to work because Andretti is essentially looking to sell his stake within the Andretti company, but he's still going to be doing a lot of the stuff around the track. Is my understanding of it. I don't know. It's
Interesting.
So he wants
Yeah,
to sell
it's-
like the Andretti global stake, but still
he.
have a
So
say in the
basically.
team?
Yeah, it's basically I don't want to do the day-to-day business bullshit. I want to do the shit at the track.
Oh, okay.
I want to work, and it's probably also I want to work with the Andretti acquisitions and see if we can get the F1 thing rolling a little bit more.
Didn't Zach Brown also like do something? Like, didn't he step away from the acquisitions thing?
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't fully read up on that part. So, but I did see that mentioned.
Yeah, I don't really know what's happening. The business side of it usually loses me.
Yeah.
Interesting
So
as
let's put it
is.
this way: there was a whole bunch of things to do with one of the companies that they had acquired and were partnered with that was sponsoring, but they were also paying them to do AI stuff. There's a bunch of weird money things there. That was in the article. That's just to give you an idea of what sort of this
And
whole thing is and why
that-
there's no whole.
Is that Gamebridge? I'm assuming.
No, it was what was it? Zapata is like an AI solutions
Oh, okay.
or
interesting.
something.
Oh.
Anywho, that's to give you an idea of how into the weeds on the business side this story goes. Like, it's not really until we get a clearer picture. It's yeah, we'll mention it, but
Okay.
it's too early to really say how this is going to affect anything. Like, does he fully like? Michael Andretti is not fully stepping away from motorsports. That's the first thing here. But it's what's his influence going to be on the team next year and the year after that. So
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway,
we see what happens.
yeah. So a lot of fun stuff this week.
Yep.
And we have what Talladega to look forward to. So
Woohoo!
Did you see Ryan increases advertising because it's Talladega, they're bringing back the Wonder Bread car.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I would encourage
Nice.
everyone to go look up. It was him, Josh Berry, and Noah Gregson doing all the outtake ads, but sort of revamped it to more or to some of the other stuff that they have. Like, go if I ever have a problem, I use a Haas tool.
Nice. Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
Shit like that. It's hilarious. And then they had some of the classical bits and gags. I think
fair.
at one point Ryan Priest tried to eat or just catch a piece of bread in the air with his mouth because they were talking about Wonder Bread.
Oh,
He's like, I just eat a loaf while I'm driving.
wonderful.
So, yes, very good.
You know,
I can't wait to see that car on track.
$20 doesn't finish.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
Talladega. Okay, so that's all we got for this week.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, well, thank you very much for listening to this episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, do all the things, share, everything to help us grow and help more people listen to us. And yeah, down with the capitalist pigs NASCAR, apparently.
Yep.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.